These are the kind of, in fighting games, the Evo tournaments, all of they're always talking about matchups. They're always talking about, how does this character compare to this one? This one's weak against these. Now you have, three versions. So how does Scorpion A compare to Raiden B, compared to Sub-Zero C, and the mixture of all that, multiply that by, 30 some characters, and you just have a way more huge variety of matchups that you wouldn't have in any other fighting game.
You've been making games for a long time. What are your thoughts about how esports seems to have exploded the last few years?
I was expecting it in some ways, but still amazed by it. When you see something like a League of Legends, they take up the entire convention center at LA Live. It's unbelievable. And people just kind of converge. Also going to the Evo show in Las Vegas it's unbelievable. It's just as much energy as a basketball game or a baseball game or something like that. So it's clearly legitimate at this point.
How do you feel it impacts you guys as developers, knowing that there's now actual people that make a living playing your video games?
It's kind of daunting, I think a lot of you really get super cautious about making sure that the game is balanced and doesn't have any cheats in it. It's kind of like, what if you made a basketball hoop that was a little bit wider and one team has it, so you really want to make sure that everything is as even as possible and keep it legit, because people are kind of putting their livelihood on the line there.
You guys are showing a new level when it comes to the jungle. Can you talk a little about that, and also the interactivity that opens up?
Yes, every one of our environments has some level of interactivity. It usually has to do with maneuvering your characters or kind of propelling them forward. The jungle has these vines that hang down that you can jump on and swing like as an attack on your opponent. There's a big rock on the left side that you can run up and kind of escape from the corner. And there's also a big kind of like statue that you can slam your opponent's head into it. So their main function is to kind of like, maneuver yourself around, but there are some attack elements to them as well. And the jungle isn't any different. It just has those elements too.
How have you guys been able to push the Unreal Engine technology over the last few games and now bringing it out on next gen?
We've actually been modifying the Unreal Engine for a few years now. I mean, it's really it's almost become our own kind of proprietary engine at this point, because we're two big characters on the screen. We're running 60 frames a second. Our environments are a lot more enclosed. That's a lot different from like a first-person shooter or something like that. So we have requirements that are specific, tailored to our needs, that we've spent years working on, and so we're very comfortable with this engine at this point.
When you guys first added it to the equation, how did that open up things, not having to start from scratch?
Oh, it was a huge advantage, because the complexities of making a graphics engine, as by evidenced by the few people who actually are doing it successfully, is really hard. And so at first we had a lot of help from Epic. They were really kind of helping us support it, but then at some point we kind of took it and veered off, and we stopped taking builds from them, and we kind of veered off into our own kind of version of that engine.